What if you could understand every nuance, articulate every feeling, and even make it seem like you're a mind reader for the exact type of client that you want to attract as a coach or consultant? Today, I'm going to show you how to use the Perfect-for-You Client Prism, or your PCP as I call it, to create a more meaningful connection with the right type of clients every single time. Hi, I'm Jon Cook. I'm the founder of Keynote Content, helping clarify your message so you can elevate your impact and income. Well, after working with close to 1,300 coaches and consultants one-on-one over the past 5 years, I see patterns of how the top experts connect with their clients. And I've discovered that any coach or consultant who wants to make a meaningful impact with their clients can fast track that growth using what I call the Perfect-for-You Client Prism. Now, to truly understand this concept, we need to take apart the name into 3 different pieces. And the easiest part to look at first is the word client. This approach is specifically designed for coaches and consultants, and there are pieces of this tool that can be used for other industries, but it works best when used inside the coaching and consulting spaces. Then we take a look at this term, perfect for you. We're not looking to connect with just any type of clients, right? That's why the end goal of PCP is to give you a hyper-specific perspective for the exact type of people with the exact type of beliefs and doubts, strengths, vulnerabilities, values, experiences, all that align with your expertise. That brings us to this idea of a prism. Now, it's probably been, we'll say, a hot minute since you took any type of geometry or engineering class, but you're still likely familiar with this idea of a prism. It's a multifaceted shape with various surfaces that can change your perspective on the shape depending on which direction you're looking toward the prism. And we want to understand the perfect type of client who fits your coaching or consulting business. Somebody that you care about, somebody you can serve well. And we do that by understanding that every facet of what's important and integral to them matters to how you talk about what you do. There are 9 key facets that make up the Perfect-for-You Client Prism, and it's worth saying that you can go as in-depth or as entry-level as you like with each of these 9 facets. But what I've found is that coaches and consultants who do a deep dive into each facet have a stronger understanding of the type of people that they want to attract and what matters to those clients in each key area. And the important part is to look for commonalities. What are the characteristics, the values, expectations that this group of clients or these prospects have that align with your business? So let's take a look at this first facet, which I call beliefs and values. Now, these are intended to be positive beliefs, positive values. What do they believe to be true based on their worldview, their values, their principles, their ethics? And this can be influenced by a whole variety of different factors, like their faith, their family they grew up in, what I call their family origin, where do they live, how do they grow up? So many different factors. And if you want to work only with a specific type of client from, let's say, from a certain faith background, I highly recommend leading with that information and focusing your messaging towards that faith-specific group. If you're looking to work with only people who are entrepreneurs, focus on speaking only to entrepreneurs through your marketing, through your website, your social media, your speaking engagements, any type of content you put out, focus on just the entrepreneurs then. If you're focused on a specific group who believes a certain way, align your messaging to speak directly to that group. What do they believe to be true? What do they value? And how can you speak to those beliefs and values? And that leads us to our second facet, which is their ordinary world. Think about what is their ordinary, everyday reality. It's not as great as it could be, right? I call this living in your ordinary world. Even if life is great right now, it could always be just a little bit better. So what is their everyday reality like right now, and how can you articulate that everyday experience? What are the thoughts, the feelings, the actions that they're experiencing every day? What do they not like about their ordinary world? What do they wish was different? The third facet that we look at is your extraordinary world. It's this dream place where everything that your client wants in life is their new reality. Their deepest desires are met. They have a sense of connection and belonging. The people closest to them, they say that's an amazing connection time. They have only optimism, only bright skies ahead, no clouds overhead. When you articulate that extraordinary world, it's a powerful part of helping the right type of clients dream about what's possible. What could the future hold for me? So I created another video that gives more context into this idea of an ordinary world and an extraordinary world. We use this process called the heroic client story. The link's in the description below. If you want to watch that video about the heroic client story, you can watch that next. But for now, let's focus on the next facet, which is skills and strengths. What are the skills and strengths of your ideal client? What are they really good at? What do they know to do well with consistency? What do they do when people say, that is so amazing, I wish I had that skill? Now, there are many types of strengths and skills. So think outside the usual box of they own a successful business, or they have a high income position, or they have a large team. Those aren't strengths and skills per se, but those are often the outcomes of the strengths and skills that you truly want to articulate and see across the different situations and conversations What are the strengths and skills show up that lead to those types of outcomes? And the fifth facet is what I call golden cracks. Now, there's an ancient Japanese practice called kintsugi. It's where you take a broken piece of pottery or ceramic, and instead of using clear glue to fix it, you use molten gold. And the gold fills in these cracks and it mends the broken pieces together, and it creates a beautiful, functional item that reminds you of past mistakes and brokenness. And let's bring that concept of golden cracks into coaching and consulting. For your prospective clients, those golden cracks, those can be mistakes, personal choices, experience that they have that will stick with them for the rest of their life. And I believe that you hold the power to help heal from past mistakes. And if you believe the same as me, that's why we have to talk about these golden cracks, because they don't have to stay broken. You can show the right type of clients how to fill those broken memories and past mistakes with the right plan. That leads us to our sixth facet, which is education and experiences. Where do they go to college? What degrees or certificates do they hold? What's the highest level of education that they've achieved? But also, what's the real life experience that they bring to the table? Have they built a successful business? Have they acquired businesses? Have they run a successful nonprofit? What have they experienced that makes them a better fit to work specifically with you? What have they accomplished? Whether it's in business, in life, hobbies, creations, what is it that they've done that is remarkable and relevant to your expertise? And our seventh facet is what I call deepest desires. And it's tied to this idea of dopamine. What do they truly want the most out of life? What can they not stop thinking about day and night as they drive, as they travel, as they talk with people? It's still in the back of their mind. If they had only one wish, what would they wish it on and why? These are the undertones of what we call dopamine, these unfulfilled deepest desires that they hope that you can help them experience through your expertise as their coach or consultant. Now, books and books and books and PhDs and entire businesses have been built about this idea of dopamine, especially in relation to marketing. But one of the best investments that you may ever make may be the time you spend articulating what is the exact desire that your ideal client has, what's the problem that's causing that desire, and then why is your solution designed to meet that exact need better than anyone else? This eighth facet is what we call connections and belonging, and it's tied to this idea of oxytocin, which we'll get to in a second. But as a coach or consultant, you get to create a powerful connection with the right type of people. But what are they looking for from you? What do they expect from you? What do they need to know about your relationship, about your trustworthiness as their guide for this transformation? And how can they know with certainty that they fit with you and your business and you're going to be there with them every step of the way? And I mentioned oxytocin, which is a brain chemical that we would say in the category of neuropeptide, and it's most naturally expressed and experienced during a few key conversations and situations, like a hug, or a group celebration, or childbirth. Those are just a couple of the examples, but there are many, many examples that help you truly express and experience oxytocin. And your average client is likely experiencing some type of deficit in oxytocin relative experiences for one reason or another. And this facet of connections and belonging is about assuring your clients, you're not alone. We're doing this together. I'm here to support you, and I can't wait to celebrate these wins with you as we go through this program. That's what it means to have connections and belonging to help activate this idea of oxytocin every single step of the way. And the ninth and final facet is what we call sunshine and clouds. It's tied into another brain chemical called serotonin, a neurotransmitter. What are they most hopeful about for the future? What are they most concerned about? What are they most uncertain about for the future? Sunshine and clouds are over every person at any given moment. None of us truly know what everybody else is carrying through, or any of us are carrying through life at any given moment. That includes people in your own home. When it comes to the people that you know you want to talk to, the people you know you want to help, what's the sunshine and what are the clouds that are over their life right now and for the type of people that you know you can serve? There are 9 facets here with the Perfect-for-You Client Prism. These are all waiting for you to dive as deep or as entry level as you want to and really understand the people that you want to serve. So have fun with this, and if you get stuck along the way or you need more ideas, just drop your question in the comment section below. And if you love what I shared today, please give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe to catch more of my videos about how to clarify your message so you can elevate your impact and income as a coach or consultant. The 3 brain chemicals that we've talked about are dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin. And these are part of what I call the happy chemicals. Just to give you a little bit of background for me, I'm currently doing postgraduate studies in neuroscience. And so to kind of step into this idea of neuroscience for just a little bit, at a basic level 0 conversation about neuroscience, your prospective and current coaching clients have a desire when connecting with you. Either they have something they don't want, or they don't have something that they do want. And I created another video about how to identify and speak to these innate desires using the power of neuroscience and empathetic messaging with a process that I call neurempathy.